Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Living for the First Time channel. How many recipes or ways of making chicken do you know? I think there's a little bit more than an infinite number of ways to cook chicken. And today I'm going to show you one possible way of making chicken. It's called chicken and jerk marinade. So here's what you'll need. You're gonna need some garlic. I'm gonna take 4 cloves. Optimally you wanna take 3, but I like garlic, so I'm just gonna take 4. Then you'll need something hot. I'm gonna take jalapeno. You can really go ahead and take any hot pepper or even dried chili flakes if you like it. I'm just gonna take this. Then you'll need some ginger, about 50 grams of grated, I'm gonna grate it after, grated ginger. Then you'll need about a quarter size of a normal onion. Then you'll need some ground black pepper and a touch of ground mace. Then just some salt to your taste. You'll need about 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, or normal sugar, really doesn't matter, you just want the sweetness. And then you'll need juice of 1 lime. I don't have a lime and I don't have a lemon. I just have lemon juice, so I eyeballed it. It doesn't really matter. You also do it to your taste because you don't want it too sour. And then here's the key to our recipe. You'll need, I'm gonna take 4 chicken thighs. I think this amount will be enough for marinade and sauce. So if you do 4 chicken thighs, you're good. And then I actually forgot, you'll need about 2 tablespoons of oil. Olive, vegetable oil, canola, sunflower, whatever you like and whatever you have. For this recipe, there is something important that you'll need, which is a blender, because you want to take all of the ingredients except for chicken, and blend them all together to make like a pasta, like a sauce, a paste, I mean. Before we start making the paste, there is something I'm gonna do to my chicken, which is take out the bones. You don't have to do it, it's not necessary, not mandatory. I just don't want the bones in. Here's how you do it. You take 1 chicken thigh, and then you do the same to all the other ones, and then you just find the bone and start cutting around it. This honestly doesn't take much skill or knowledge or logic or whatever. You just want to cut around the bone, leaving as much meat as possible off the bone, not on the bone, obviously, because unless you're gonna use these bones to make stock. And here's the bone, and you repeat the same to all the other 4. Like I said, cutting the bone out is not an absolute necessity, you don't have to do it. What it does help with is the meat will cook faster, first of all. And then when you leave it to marinade, the marinade will get in better because the bone is not in its way. So, it sort of amplifies the taste of the marinade and the chicken in the end. But now I've taken out the bones and let's get to making the paste. Like I said, it doesn't take much to make this paste. You just want to dump everything, excluding the chicken, into the grinder and grind it all together until you get a homogenous paste. When you add salt, you want to add a bit extra because you want to keep in mind that, this is just a marinade and not all of it will go in. But at the same time, don't get too excited and don't add in too much. Now you want to close the cap, obviously, and start grinding. In the end, you get something like this. I know it doesn't look quite appetizing as I made it sound it is, but keep in mind that this is just a marinade, and you know, this just only goes on top and for a limited amount of time. Now the paste is done, and the next step is like the simplest thing ever. Just dump your chicken into a bowl. You can use like chicken legs too. It doesn't have to be a chicken thighs. You can use whatever you like. And now you want to dump about half of the marinade in. The rest, the other half, will serve as a dressing, you know, as a topping once your chicken is done. And now that it's in, you want to give it a massage and rub this marinade into your chicken. Now, the chicken is gonna enjoy its marinating bath for about 3-4 hours. You can really leave it in for as long as you can, not until it starts rotting, because you know, not nice. But I'm gonna leave mine for about 3 hours, and then in the end I'll tell you if it's enough. And you can adjust based on my suggestion. Okay, so now we let it sit for 3 hours. For those of you guys wondering why does the word jerk come into the play and into the name of this recipe, I'm gonna have to disappoint those who are thinking that some jerk made this recipe, that's why it's called the jerk chicken. In fact, this recipe is called jerk chicken because it's, I think, from Jamaican or from one of those native languages. It means dried meat, something like a jerky. And also, while the meat is frying, I'm gonna tell you some history and where does the recipe come from. The original recipe, you know, the one that before it was adapted to Jamaican lifestyle and conditions, it actually came from Africa. I don't know where exactly. And it came during the years of when slave trade was still in full swing, you know. So yeah, it came to Jamaica, and then the slaves, they shared this recipe with the natives and the people that lived there prior to the transfer of the recipe. Once it got there, it was adapted to the Jamaican conditions by adding different ingredients, such as, for example, Jamaican pepper, which is also known as allspice. And so, yeah, by adding different new ingredients, they enhanced the taste of the chicken and of this recipe. You can ask me, okay, now cool, my chicken is done marinating, what do I do now? How do I cook it? In a nutshell, you cook it until it's not raw, but more detailed answer would be, if you want to use an oven, you stuck it in for about 40 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius or about 400 Fahrenheit. Doesn't have to be too specific. I'm gonna use a barbecue, and for that, honestly, you cook it until it's not bleeding anymore, so there's no juice coming out, the entire meat is white. But honestly, in a barbecue or grill, it's gonna take about 20 minutes or so. And so after about 20 minutes on the grill, my chicken jerk chicken, it's done. Here, take a look. I think it looks really nice, and the taste is actually is just incredible. I've tried it already. I really suggest you guys give this recipe a try. And as usual, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you can. Comment and leave your likes, please. And then I'll be waiting for you guys back on this channel with the next video. Thanks. Enjoy.